All right. Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the uh, Thursday Throwdown. Fucking 30 minutes, 45 minutes late. I was having some internet issues here at the house, which have now seemed to be corrected. I blame Yambag because it's Comcast and he used to work there and he sucks balls.
It's
So
gotta be his fault.
that's what I'm going with, and that makes me feel better about my whole entire life. That's what it is. So, again, welcome to the show. Happy to be here. Sorry we're late, but we're here. Biggest thing. So with me, as always, my two wonderful colleagues, Pale Poner, two captains, and Agent. I'll start with Pale. Pale, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm glad we got this started up and running. It looked a little hairy there, but I'm just glad that we're off the ground. Let's get this show on the road. Agent, how about you? How you doing today?
Oh, dude, I'm good. No complaints. I mean, gonna get a little late tonight for old Pale. He's got to wake up pretty early in the morning, but no one to blame but Daly on that. So we're all right.
Yeah, you know what? I'll take full heat, but again, I'm directing that right back to Yambag because it makes the most sense. So we're gonna blame Yam and just be done with it. So again, this is our playoff show. Exciting times. Really exciting. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff we were right about. A lot of stuff we were wrong about. So basically, today what we're gonna do is I want to touch on the teams that didn't make the playoffs, maybe why they didn't make the playoffs, and then we'll go over the first round matchups, and then as well as talk about the two bye teams. We can make our predictions. I think we'll go round by round. Say clear-cut winner. If you want, we can do that as well. Who do you think is going to win? Why do you think they are going to win? So on and so forth. But we can get to that. Starters. Let's talk about the teams that didn't make it. Teams like Afternoon Delights, teams like Justice League, teams like Fear the Wolf, Wonder Shows, and those are the four teams that didn't make it. Again, I guess Pale, what do you think when you look at the bottom two teams, Justice League and Afternoon Delights? What do you think kind of maybe came to it as to why they didn't have the greatest seasons? Is it chemistry? Is it lack of skill? Because I look at that Afternoon Delights team and I see Steve and I see Chubbs. I know we talked about Too Little Too Late, but what do you think the big reason for those teams kind of faltering is?
Afternoon Delights. I think they had a solid team. I mean, obviously they had Chubbs and Estradios, but their team changed a lot during the season, and they went from having probably the most goalie depth in the league to start right after the draft. I mean, they had Dynasty, they had Chubbs, who's not really a goalie, but they had Gunny and Lemieux, who are all playing goalie in this league in some form or another. And he ended up trading away the goalie depth that he had, and now he's starting Chubbs in net. But even still, Chubbs really didn't put up the numbers that you would expect from a guy that went as high as he did. I think the team around him, there may not have been chemistry there. Stradios came in late. Maybe they could have done something later on. They had a lot of series this week that I haven't really gotten to watch or anything like that so far. But I think what it comes down to is, there was a lot of movement on this team and there was never any chemistry. As far as Justice League, I don't know what's up with Justice League. We played them on Tuesday night, and they actually gave us a really tough time. I didn't have my full roster, but they played really good hockey. I think end of the day, what it comes down to is it's just parity. You've got a lot of good teams in this league, and you just need to come up and show up big in the spots that you need to. I think that's ultimately what doomed these two teams is just that there's every team in this league can win, and it just so happens that these guys weren't able to pull it out. What do you think, Agent?
I mean, hitting on the Afternoon Delights, Chubbs is a great player, but he just looking at that team when they started, he really didn't have a whole lot of help. And when when what's his name, Steve moved up, got Steve on the team, that helped a ton, obviously offensive, and then all of a sudden they went, like you said, having 3 goalies, eligible goalies, to 1, and then that one's Chubbs. You put your best offensive player in net. That doesn't make much sense to me. I don't think it was fully thought through. I think there was too much trying just to put Steve and Chubbs on the same team because they're buddies and they play really well together. I think that was more of just a hoping and wishing in one hand. I think you had said earlier, it's too little, too late, and they kind of set themselves up for disaster right off the start. He didn't have the help that he needed, and the goal scoring wasn't there. And you see that just looking at the overall season stats. I mean, they weren't even close to anybody in goal score, and I think that just shows as to not a whole lot of help for forwards there.
Yeah, we touched on it last week too. It's, when you're looking at short season, different things like that, because we do it that way. Every game counts, every series counts, every point counts. As you can see, I mean, look at 7 to all the way up to number 2. Separated by, I mean, we're talking 4 points. 4 points is the difference, from Gun Ascended at number 2 all the way down to Mongo Tards at number 7. And then Fear of the Wolf, they had a chance too. I know they took a couple sim losses. Afternoon Delights had a full schedule. That sucks. You hate to see something like that, but that's the way it goes sometimes. It's unfortunate, but the rules are in place. And I know that Afternoon Delights had a bunch of reschedules in that last week, so I know it was a bit tough to fit the games in. So I know that played a part. But, shout out to Cameron, aka Shock. They made big strides in really making a comeback, because they were looking dead in the water, and they just started doing some shit right and started clicking really good. And then you have the Mongo Tards, who literally missed playoffs by 2 points, so that's
only one person to blame there.
Oh, man. Okay. So
Captain Daly. Oh, sorry. No, you were first.
I got called in for a work function at Wrigley Field, and it paid $1,000 cash, and it's work, so I couldn't miss. It was unfortunate. Legion hasn't talked to me since that day, so I assume that he's still upset about that, rightfully so. I can't remember the last time that I wasn't in the playoffs, so that's kind of a tough pill to swallow, but in doing my due diligence with you guys in the media, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. So we're not going to talk about that too much. It's unfortunate. Shout out to the Mongo Tars, man. It was a fun season. Had a lot of ups and downs, some great series, some really bad series, but we were close, man. We were close. Not anything to shake your head on. It was a good season. So
Dales, we had a request from a fan out there. I'll keep the name anonymous, but he is curious as to how it affected their teams in the past 2 seasons, how Daly has missed 2 important series, 2 seasons in a row that affected his team.
That's got to be esoteric, because all he does is run his mouth. Like that's like the only person that makes sense to say something like that. And last season it was because I was visiting his dumbass, so that's why I missed the fucking series, because I was visiting esoteric. But yeah, my timing seems to be impeccably bad when it comes to like that. Yeah, bad. I think 1 win gets us in the playoffs, or at least in a tie with 1 or so shows, and I don't know what happens there. But you know what, man? Esoteric, blow yourself. How about that? And we will leave it at that. So, again, it happens, and that's the thing is like what we do here is great and all that, but at the end of the day, real life does come first. I wish it didn't happen that way, but it did. So, again, shout out to the Mongo Tards, esoterical, blow yourself. Nobody likes you. And let's move on to the matchups. Actually, wait. Before we do the matchups, let's talk about the buys, because I got both of you here, so it makes sense. Let's start with that. Again, Bill, I think you would have taken an absolute collapse on your end to not. I mean, you would have had to, I don't even think it was a physical probability that you guys could not make it as a buy. So shout out to you, man. You proved me wrong. Not proved me wrong. Well, yeah, you did, because I ripped your team, but you guys lost 5 games all year. That's impressive. A lot of new guys on the team. Looking at Brick City, Joso had a really good year. You jumping in net. There were so many question marks. I didn't know what to expect of your team. So you guys really had a great year. And, Agent, you guys you figured it out at the right time, man. Getting DJ back definitely helped you guys. I know we talked about the defense on last week's show, but, you guys started to play best right before the playoffs. So, and that's a three-way tie. You, Sober's team, and McGill ended up sweeping that last series. I mean, there's 3 teams with 33 points, and it came down to the win tiebreaker. So it just goes to show you how important those overtime games, those overtime losses. Yes, you're getting points, but at the end of the day, when it comes to seeding, a lot of that stuff is. So I guess there's really nothing to say on it unless you guys want to blow each other, like give verbal BJs.
Really
like, oh, hey, Pale, great job. Oh, hey, AJ, great job, man. I don't know, but you guys both, for first-time captains, again, it just goes to show you, like, anybody who's thinking about captaining only in the league for one season, right? You guys were both in for one season.
Yep.
And I think, Agent, did you sign up late season 1, or were you in it from the beginning?
I was in it from the beginning. I wasn't planning on captaining, and all of a sudden I saw the thread and said I was captaining. So
cool. I mean, but it just goes to show you, for other guys thinking about doing it, don't be intimidated. These guys came out, never captain, only been in the league 1 year. It just goes to show you how much you can learn if you're paying attention, and B, the kind of success you can have. You guys went up against some really tough captains. Looking at McGilla, Sober, who won the cup last year. D-Mart's a third-time captain. Yambag's captain every year. I mean, you guys were 2 rookie captains that came in and just ran shit. So kudos to both of you guys. And now I got you on media, and I get to talk to you guys all the time now, and you can wait for me while my internet is AIDS. So it's like so perfect. It's like a certain bond you really can't teach. So shout out to both of you guys. Congrats. And I'm looking forward to the second round matchups for you guys. So let's jump right into the matchups, because I know we're running late. We started late. I swear to God, moving forward, like, we are going to start at 8:45 Eastern. I swear. I come from work. It's a bit tough, but we will start at 8:45. Pending. We'll
get it done.
I swear it's gonna happen. Like, week 2, and we were prepared. I'm like, I'm gonna get down. We're gonna try this out, and then it's just AIDS everywhere, all over. So yeah, that was the thing. So first round matchups, we got Wonderschosen is playing. Oh, what was the reseeds? Oh my gosh, they're playing MOT.
MOTU.
So Wonderschosen versus Sober's team. Okay, so let's talk about this. I said pre-draft, my analysis, I thought Yam had the best draft, and I believe that. I really did. I believe that he had the deepest team. I thought that he had the least amount of holes. Now, after seeing the team a bit more, and from what I've seen in film and different things like that, I think that there are one of them being on not defense. But I thought their team defense was a lot better when I saw the draft. In the games that I've watched, they seem to give up a lot of space. The D-men seem to really back down and or take their shots. You got Yam and Baruch generally playing D back there. I'm not saying play more passive, because coming from someone who plays aggressive as hell, I think it'd be stupid for me to say that. But I think the terminology of pick your spots better would be a bit more appropriate. A lot of flybys, a lot of missed opportunities. If you're going to go for it, you got to go for it. So I'm not too sure about Wonderschosen. And to me, they have the toughest first-round draw. MOTU got better, even though Esoteric's a piece of shit. They got better in acquiring him, and he plays that two-way game. They're going to be super stingy on D. I worry about their offense. Hugh Laurie isn't a game changer like he used to be. Esoteric really is not a – he's not a guy that's going to just take the puck and dangle everybody. He works well in a system, and I think Sober's the same way. So again, their offensive low could hurt them, but defensively, what are you guys seeing? I'll start with you, Agent. You've seen both these teams. A, who do you like? B, why do you like them? And C, what do you think is going to be the difference in this series?
A, MOTU is going to win. I'm going to call it. Playing them, that's a team that swept us, and they outplayed us really, really, really hard. And I think you pretty much nailed it to a T on their offensive end, except for one person, and that's Sober. They don't have anybody that stands out really tremendously to me, except for him. He's the only one that can change that team to score 5-6 goals in the game and put their team ahead. Otherwise, they aren't really that impressive. He's the one that seems like everything ran through him, and you shut him down, and that's it. But playing Wonder Shows, and again, I went into the game a little bit worried. Like you said, they played really, really well prior to our series with them. I'm being judgmental upon the one series I played against them. And playing against them, they didn't really play that well. I don't know if they might have maybe been missing guys. That's a possibility. But playing against them, I was not impressed at all. I believe we swept them. We might have taken 2 or 3, but it didn't impress me, I guess, is the easiest way to say it. How about yourself, Rob?
Yeah, I'm kind of iffy on this series. I think the series is going to go 7 games. We played both these teams in the last week of the season. I didn't get to see Sober's team's best lineup. They had Hugh Laurie sitting. They had Zelo up front instead. They looked pretty good. I really liked what I saw from Yam's team. I thought that their puck movement was really good. I thought that their offense was creative, and I thought Yam and Valcourt did a really good job on D. I don't know that MOTU is going to run through Yam's team here. I think I'm going to go Yam's team in 7 on this series, and I think the difference is just going to be the offense up front. Is Sober and Esso able to, make something happen? I think that Yam's team's offense, Sober and Esso are the bigger names here, but I think that their offense is a little bit more creative. I think they can get through this defense between Bruce and Zelo or Sniper, and I think that they can make something happen. I'm gonna go Yam's team in 7 on this series.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can all agree. I think it's going to be a deep series. I really do. I really like what I see from MOTU. They remind me a lot of Jello time last year. I don't think their offense is as good, but from a team defense perspective, I really like what I see. I think it's a tough draw. I really think that Wonder Shows needed to get that extra point. I think they matched up a lot better against McGill's team. I thought that would have been a much more favorable matchup for them in round 1. And I think the Halifax Harpoons actually match up a lot better against MOTU, but it didn't work out that way with the seeding. So with that being said, I'm going to stick with MOTU. I love the idea of a deep series. I really think it will be deep. I don't think either one of these teams, there's holes on both teams. I do, like I said, I think ultimately the overall team D of MOTU will be too much for Wonder Shows. And I think Dom Silva will play a big role in this series as well. Hopefully Yam is smart and schedules that accordingly. But yeah, I really think it'll be a toss-up series. And how are you going to utilize Hugh Laurie? And where are you going to utilize Hugh Laurie? My inside sources tell me that it looks like when Hugh's in the game, Esso slides the left wing and Sober plays right wing. You got a lot of guys out of position there. Now Esso can play left wing, but now you have arguably your best offensive forward playing as off wing.
Yeah, last series that they played against us, they actually flip-flopped. They put Sober on right wing and Esso on left wing.
Yeah.
So I think you can end up seeing that. They had Sniper in the middle because Hugh didn't play in that series, but I think you might see that coming into this series as well.
And again, Sober's been around the block. He knows what he has with his team. Yeah, that's nice to have the flexibility, but you want your best players in their best positions, and so again, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think ultimately MOTU will win the series, even though I want Esoteric to lose because he's a dick. But other than that,
True.
It is, man, because I'm sure, I'm not in chat right now because my internet was messed up, so I'm just strictly doing the show right now, and I'm sure he's chirping his ass off because that's what he likes to do.
No, just stating that you can't play any big games is all.
Okay. All right. Anyways.
I got Easy Mac fan. I don't know who that is. He's calling me out on this chat
That's
here.
swag,
saying,
brother.
I'm afraid of calling out Yam's team, but I don't know about that. I think it's more of Yam showed me something. He's one of only 5 teams in the league that gave me a loss this season, and Sober's team didn't. So I think Yam's team's got something to show and something to prove.
Well, there you go. I mean, and again, shout out to McSwagger. He wants to stir the pot, get some stuff going, and that's what he does. So it makes sense. But
I wonder why him and Hollywood are buddies, man.
Yeah, it's the pot, man. The end of the day, though, I do think it'll go 6. I think MOTU takes it in 6, but I think it's going to be hard fought. I think it's going to be a tough series. Again, shout out to both teams, returning captains. These guys been around the block; they know a thing or two. So shout out to both of them, and good luck in the series. I think Agent MOTU, Daly MOTU, Pale's got Wonder and 7. So something to keep an eye out for. So shout out to those teams, shout out to those captains. Good luck to everybody. Moving on, Blazing Saddles, Halifax Harpoons. Let's start by saying this. I love the forward combination of Danny, aka D-Mart, and Marty McFly. We've talked about that 100 times, right? I think Dank Love's going to have to make an impact in the series because I think Danny's going to get a lot of attention. He's going up against Moose, who is one of the better lefty in the league, if not the best. I would go that far to say that. So Dan's going to have his hands full on that side. So you have that. The thing that is going to help, and the reason I'm saying this, and McGilla knows that I love it. Like, this is not a shot at McGilla, but me and McGilla have talked about this. Playing your off D. There's certain guys who can do it. There are. Certain guys do it okay. Certain guys do it really well. Beastly Jesus, I think you touched on it. He plays right D, plays lefty. That's great. I know McGill on lefty is one of the best in the league. McGill on right D struggles. And that's why I think Dank needs to make an impact in that series. If Dank Love can make an impact in that series as the left wing, Marty's going to draw a lot of attention. D-Mart's going to draw a lot of attention. Moose can really shut elite forwards down. It's got to be Dank Love. It's got to be Dank Love. It's got to be that back end. Can they do it? Johnny Blaze has been solid this year. I think they have Gunny too, right? Is it Johnny Blaze and Gunny?
Yeah.
Who's their other D? I'm sorry.
Hold on, let me see.
I don't have it pulled up. But, again, it's tough to really change a game offensively as a D-man. There's very few D-men who can do that in this league. Literally change a game offensively.
Oh, it's Johnny Blaze and Hi, my name is Ed.
Okay, and Ed the Pimp. Great D-court. That's like 2 just stay-home D-men. It's really hard to change a game from the D as an offensive threat. Dank Love has to make an impact in this series. If he does, I like Halifax. Same thing in 6. Blazing Saddles, to me, offensively, that's where their wolves are. I'm looking at it. Yeah, they scored 89 goals. They had a really good last series versus versus Afternoon Delights. But everybody seemed to have a really, really good series versus Afternoon Delights.
They played decent against my squad. I will give them that.
Okay.
But I wasn't impressed. I mean, they played well. They beat us. They beat us in the series, and I'll give them that. They scored goals, but it wasn't like an impressive win. I don't feel like they were that far ahead of us or that much better than us. And I think this series can really go either way, and it's really going to depend on that duo between the D-Mart and Marty. Is Marty going to play forward? I know that's what he's been playing, but every time I'm playing with the dude, he's playing defense. So what is going on there? I don't fully know. But
I've always said that that's his best position, but everybody doesn't believe me.
He plays well. I'll give him that.
Yeah. What do you think, Pale? How do you like this matchup for not for Mario, but Blazing Saddles, a team that's really struggled offensively up until this last go, but they were second in the league in goals against, tied with your guys' team. So that's kind of a testament to what I was saying before. This is a team that can play some defense. Do you think that they'll be able to give the Harpoons a struggle, or is this going to be a breeze series?
No, I think they will be able to give them a struggle, but it's kind of hard to put a pinpoint what they're going to do in this series. I mean, McGill has thrown out like a different lineup almost, every series. He's changing the lines mid-game. But, I mean, he's got this chosen guy who showed up the last week of the season and has been lighting it up. So if offense is his problem, he's got a guy that can create offense I think he actually sat himself one game, and he had Cody and Moose on D with Burks, Burks, Chu, and Chosen up front. And I think that might be his best lineup. I think we might end up seeing the captain taking a seat on the bench in the series here.
And I totally forgot about that. Chew Therapy is eligible to play.
Chew Therapy is eligible to play every game. McGill took a flyer on him in the third round, hoping that he could make the playoffs without him, and he has. And now the guy can play every series.
Well, wait, is he part-time or full-time?
He's
I think he's part. Is he? Shit.
Yeah, he's full-time.
Well,
he can play every series.
Oh my god.
The whole team's a wild card. I don't know who he's going to throw out there game to game. I don't know who he's going to throw out there, one night to the next. But I think that there's a lot of potential there to be a really good team. And I think they're going to give Halifax some problems. I don't know whether it's enough to overcome. I don't know whether they can go on. This is another series that I think is going to be really tight. I think both matchups are really good. I think I'm gonna take the two dogs here. I'm gonna go Blazing Saddles in 6.
I don't know who Iron Knight is on YouTube. He's calling out Halifax saying they're not very good, but he did make one point I will agree with is it's gonna come up to the boys in the net, and they are both rookies this season, both making playoffs and both gotta prove a point here to see how the thing goes. But they got ability, and I'm trying to see who the other guy is here. Tomahawk. Both are rookies. Both had decent seasons. I will give them that. I think Tomahawk had about an 80% save percentage, and ability dropped a little bit below that, dropping about 77%. And I think that's really what it's going to come down to is those two playing well, playing position, and whoever's going to get a couple of those cheese goals, I think is going to be who's squeaking by in the series.
Well, and good touch on the goalies, man, because Tomahawk, formerly known, I believe that's lefty golfer. He actually captained me many, many years ago. He's a great goalie, great guy. Is that him or no?
Skyder. That's on.
Oh, that's Skyder. Never mind.
Yeah.
Shout out. Sorry. Well, there you go, Skyder. This is why you can't change your gamer tags.
Yeah, Tomahawk's the guy I brought in.
Okay, cool. That's one of Pale's ringers?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know. For next. And then I got the privilege of playing with Ability the other day, just like in random like games, and he played solid, man. Like there's nothing more no greater feeling as a D-man, like knowing like if you're doing the right thing that your goalie's doing the right thing. I think it's this like unspoken awesome. And he was great. And then he even stole a couple saves, make you look good or pick you up too. And that's what we talk about, goalies being able to steal games. God, when I look at D-Mart and Marty, though, man, I know those guys can really, 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 really pour it on. I said Harpoons in 6. I wouldn't be surprised to see it go 7. That's crazy with the inside intel about McGill sitting himself. Man, McGill's played in some really big games. I can't see him sitting all playoffs. I think you're going to see him on right D. I think you're going to see Cody on left wing. Getting Chu back is huge, man. And that's something else that hasn't been talked about either. Chu Therapy plays one hell of a right D. One hell of a right D. I used him at center last year, but he plays a really good right D. That's another thing. So if that's a problem-ish, position, he could always slide back there with Moose, and you still have a really, really good D pair. So
yeah, I mean, he's played Moose up front. I mean, I don't know whether he sits C-dub or not. The guy's leading his team in points. He's got Burks on right wing. And just this week they played Halifax and they took 2 out of 3. So I don't know where they go. I don't know what they do, but I think that they can give this team problems. I just don't know who's playing where game to game.
Who's taking it, Pale? Who's taking the series?
I think it's going to be Blazing Saddles, and I'm going to go a longer season. I'm going to go 6 games. But yeah, I think it's going to be Blazing Saddles over Halifax.
I'll agree with you on one point is the 6 games, but I don't think Blazing Saddles is going to win. I think Halifax has the 2 guys that can change a game, and that's 2 guys that have been in the league, have been here, have done it, have played, and they're both proven. And D-Mart and Marty, and I think those 2 are going to be the ones that seal the series.
Hey, I predicted the underdogs in the regular season, and that turned out. Now I got the underdogs in the playoffs too. We'll see whether I got that most.
Yeah, but what happens the next round when you guys are the favorites and then you're going against the underdogs? And then that rule's out the window. That's out the window, right?
Of course it is. I mean, it's my team, right?
True. Well,
we're the ultimate. We got predicted to be last place, right?
Well, yeah, I did give you guys like the harpoon on that. So my fault. I apologize for that, by the way. And I was 100% wrong. So here's the thing. That's pretty much the playoff matchup. I do want to do this, and I haven't even talked to our two guys here. We do want to do awards this year. I think next week you might see something out on the forums in the coming weeks. It's going to be a survey. It's going to be a nomination process as far as positions. For this season, the media team, myself, we're probably going to end up nominating a lot of the guys this year. You're going to see heavy nomination categories, maybe 5 or 6 or even 7 guys per category. We're trying something different, guys. So keep in mind when you see this survey, and again, there's always room for improvement. When you see it, don't be like, oh, why didn't this guy make it? Listen. We're trying something. If you have feedback, let us know. We love the feedback. We want to make it better. So you're going to see heavy nomination categories, myself and the media team and other members in the community. We're going to work on some nominations. I know that awards has been something that everybody's really been wanting. I know last year there was sort of awards, but we can take that a step further. And again, I think we might do something, with some crazy names like we did back in the day, that captain and stuff like that. We're gonna come up with it. We're gonna get something out there, rookie of the year, different things like that. We talk about it on the show, but now let's have a track record of it. So we're gonna have something rolling out here probably early next week, and for you guys to vote on. So make sure that you guys are interacting. That's the biggest thing. If we do it and 8 people respond, okay, then if that's the case, we're just going to pick the winners ourselves. But if we have league interaction, everybody's doing it, it's going to make it that much more authentic and it's going to make it that much more real. So please, when you guys see it come up, please fill that out and do that. And then next week we will be breaking down the conference finals, moving into the 239 Cup championship game, championship series. So a lot of big things coming up. And then guys, that sign-up sheet for season 4 should be coming very, very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You know how we do it. It's quick. It's quick turnaround, guys. Keep your eyes peeled on that. We got a lot of stuff coming up in the next week or so. So please, keep your eye out on that. Again, I apologize for the late start. Pale Agent, you guys are awesome for muscling that out with me. I haven't been that emo in a really long time. So, is there anything else? Is there anything else you guys want to say? I know we did a shorter show today. A lot of it had to do with my fail, but is there anything you guys want to say? Any crazy predictions moving forward with the playoffs? Obviously, Pale taking the dogs, but do you guys want to make your claim? Listen, man, last year at Jello time, I made some claims that didn't happen. Are you guys ready to? Are you gonna call a championship run? Do you not want to put your pressure on your team? You guys are 2 rookie captains with first round buys. I'm leaving it with you to end the show. So, Pale, what's the call?
Well, here, man? Of course, I think my team's gonna win. I mean, we went through the league this season and. We did what we could to try and make an impact. I think we're going to be able to take this all the way and get through the championship. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think we're going to be able to pull it out. I do want to mention before we cut out here real quick, though, media members, we are looking for some people to, watch highlights, try and watch games and pick out highlights for us. We could really use a couple extra hands there. If you're not into doing something like this here on the media team and just they're looking to make an impact in a small way, we could really use your help in that department. If anybody is willing to just, watch a game for an hour of previously played games and do some highlight stuff, that would be cool. Expect to see a top plays video coming out in the next week or so for week 3 and 4. And yeah, Agent, I'll let you make your predictions if you want to make any, or whether you're getting ready to cut out here. What do you got?
Yeah,
The champ is here.
No, definitely stay active on the forums, guys. When you see these posts get made on the signups, on questions for the eSober show, all this stuff, be active. Help. It makes the thing more fun. You're more integrated with it, stuff like that. Another thing I was going to hit on is, where's that come from, Dales?
I had to take it off the shelf, man. Put it right here.
Not this year, bud. Not this year, man.
I'm always the champ. I'm always the champ.
Always playoffs, man.
All right, take it easy.
No, I think playoffs are going to be really a lot of fun to watch. I think there's going to be some really good games had this coming week. I'm still predicting both myself and Pale to be in the finals. I don't know who's going to win it. Obviously, I'm going to put pressure on my own team. I don't need to do that on public social media. Everybody knows that I expect my team to win, and that's all. Otherwise, why do you play? That's it. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see how it all unfolds. But the championship belt still relevant tonight. So
this is the belt for the island. Oh, it's upside down. This is the island belt, man.
All right.
Island's non-existent in the playoffs, so
yeah, it's not here. Speaking of which, I wanted to mention. So, for those that are looking to be a captain next season, you may want to look into the fact that the top 4 picks in the draft this season are all not in the playoffs, as well as the best statistical goalie in the league.
Oh yeah, that was crazy earlier.
Lemieux's not in the playoffs. The top 4 picks, Stealth Luca, Daly, Chubbs, and Estradios are all on teams that aren't in the playoffs. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe depth wins championships. Maybe that's a thing. So, anybody got anything else?
I think Dale's just got some secret chemistry on his team there, and it is what it is, man. But he drafted well.
Well, it's my own fault. I missed 6 games. We lost all 6.
It's your own fault. You should have just told Legion not to make any picks, and you should have made them all.
Well, no, I made them all.
That's true. Finally, it's true. It's here, and it's a fact. It's a fact. He finally admitted that he picked his entire team.
I mean, yeah, I picked the whole damn team. But, yeah, no, if I was there, I don't know, man. Like, it's tough to say. But, yeah, if I was there 6 games, I don't think you guys sweep us, and I think we're in the playoffs. I'll just say that. But we're not. You guys all are. I'm looking forward to next week. Keep a lookout for the new season, which I know admins were talking about getting up ASAP. Captain Ballbag is like, rah! So that should be up soon. Awards next week. Look for that. Please fill it out. Interaction is huge, huge, huge. So please do that. And then, yeah, those Twitch streams, keep watching, man. And then we will be back here, hopefully on time for next week's show. So until then, I'm Daly, Pale Poner, Agent NXSF 1947L, signing out. Peace, boys.
Have a good one.
Later, boys.